Welcome back everyone to another live stream. I know I've been kind of not uploading a lot recently, and I do apologize for that. I've been swamped with schoolwork. I took a psychology test today, and I did pretty well on it, so I'm happy about that, but that took a lot of studying to do, so I'm pretty tired, but we're gonna do a stream. Well, maybe a little bit shorter than a normal stream, just because I do still have a little bit of schoolwork to finish up tonight. It won't be much, but I like to give myself more time than I think I need. So, without further ado, I'm just gonna get the link for the servers. No, I can't talk anymore. I'm going to be getting the link for the stream into a few Discord servers. So Sam and I, so those of you who don't know, I have a brother, actually a twin brother. His name is Sam, and we experienced kind of this twin effect thing. We're both in Psychology 110, and we both had an exam today, and we both got the same score, which is interesting because that actually happens on other tests too. I think it's just because we study together, and we have similar notes. Because normally Sam and I will compare notes and then study together. But yeah, because of that, teachers kind of come to expect that Sam and I will get just about the same score. There are even some like long answers where we'll answer almost word for word. So yeah, that was interesting. But other than that, you know, I mean, I'm happy we both got good scores. But I'm tired. Today was an early out day. My school does an early out every first Wednesday of the month for like a teacher's in-service thing. I'm just getting this in the chats of some Discord servers, and of course they're allowed in specific ones. I don't advertise in servers that they're not allowed. Okay, if you're on my server, you're gonna get pinged right about now, and then you're probably gonna get pinged by Carlbot in about an hour. I will get to the chat in just a second. Let me just get this in a few more servers. Alright, okay. Alright, let's get chat pulled up. Welcome everyone, welcome It's Pickles, good to see you here. Welcome Techno Typist. I will be doing a giveaway. I actually have a giveaway running right now on my channel if you'd like to enter. I've also got, you know, the account rating thing, and that's got a giveaway built in. I didn't have any giveaways planned for this, but I could probably do a random one. Is 55 subs in 2 months good? Yeah, that's pretty good. That's about how many subs I gain right now. Although I normally do a little better than that, just because it kind of depends on the time of year too. Because sometimes I'll be gaining like 40, 50 subs in a month, and other days I'll be like 15 subs in a month. It really depends on the time of year, especially over the summer. It's a little bit more difficult. I probably can't go until 8 my time. I have some schoolwork I gotta get done, but I'll do my best. 78 subs in a week is definitely pretty good, yeah. Also, welcome Dr. Bona, good to see you here. Let me get the friends race pulled up. I'm not warmed up at all, and I haven't been typing a lot recently. Okay, there's the race link. I'll pin that in chat. If you ever don't know where to find the race link, let me know, because there could be a chance I forgot to put it. And we'll just go down the list, invite some friends, make things interesting. What do you all think of the new Nitro type updates? I kind of like them. I don't remember if I talked about this last week or not, but yeah, Nitro type did some. I know I made a video about it. Actually, how long ago was that video? I don't remember. I can check later. But I don't know. I'm a little bit wary of them moving a bunch of things to gold, but it does make sense because they're trying to move away from ads. I also don't like having to pay a bunch of real money for bundles. But, you know, it's not the end of the world. That was a good race to get started. Oh, I see you and I use the same microphone, Experienced Racer. Although I do plan on upgrading my microphone at some point. I'm not sure to what yet. Not a great race, but yeah, oh well. I also need to turn off my reload, because I like to talk between races, and I almost always forget to turn off my reload. Can you show us the specs of your computer? I can just tell you them right now. I've got them memorized. So my processor, it's a gaming laptop, so I can't really upgrade anything, but that's fine. I have a Ryzen 7 4800H, which is an 8-core, 16-thread processor with a max boost of 4.2 GHz all-core. It's supposed to be single-core, but I've actually seen it boost to 4.2 GHz all-core before when I render stuff. I've got 16 gigs of 3200 MHz RAM, so pretty normal for a normal like gaming computer. And then I have a 115-watt version of the RTX 2060 Mobile. Yeah, and then I've got half a terabyte of storage. That was a good race. Your computer's much worse. To be honest, you don't really need a high-end computer to do this type of thing. I just prefer having something that's overkill. Not to mention that it's good to have a powerful computer for when I need to like render a file for something else. Well, 2.4 gigahertz doesn't necessarily mean it's bad, because you could have like a 6-core or an 8-core processor that could be 2.4 gigahertz, and that's pretty decent. And also, Intel Core, oh no, you do list out, okay. I was gonna say Core i5 is a pretty generic term, because there's, like, a Core i5 from 3 years ago is nowhere near comparable to one from the current generation. But the 1135G7 doesn't look like that bad of a processor. It looks like if it's... Let's see. So we got 4-core, 8-thread. Max turbo is 4.2, according to these guys. 2.4 is probably the base clock. Yeah, so it can boost up to... That's actually pretty decent. That's not like... It's not crazy, but it's pretty decent. Let's see, looks like it can take up to 28 watts. Okay, so definitely not the highest powered processor, but it's not that bad either. Oh, oops. Race again, yeah. I forgot about that. Sorry, I'm really tired. I studied a lot today. But yes, it's not a bad processor. 8 gigs of RAM with that too isn't bad. Do you have an integrated graphics, or is it a separate chip? What do you mean integrated graphics? Is the graphics card built into the processor, or do you have a separate, like, is it a separate chip? Like, for instance, my laptop has 2 processing chips. It has the CPU and it has a graphics card. Because that can actually make a pretty big difference in performance too. Like, you can have a really fast CPU, but if your graphics card isn't that great, then things will still be laggy. a good race. How do I find out? You can just look in Task Manager and see if any of see which graphics cards show up. Love your keyboard. Thank you. I don't know. I think I've talked about this one on stream before. It's my custom keyboard. I have a video about it on my channel, but it was a fun build. I recommend it. I recommend building a custom keyboard if you really enjoy that type of thing. But with how good pre-builts are getting these days, I don't really think it's a necessary thing to do. It's more of a fun thing. That was a good race. Modding one right now. Ooh, nice. Wait, are you the one that's modding the RK61? I think I remember that from the other stream. Yeah, the top clocking on that processor should be around 4.2. So you actually have about the same boost clock as mine, except I've got twice the cores and it's more efficient. Because I think the 11th gen Intel is still on 14 nanometer for their mobile chips. But for nitro type purposes, it doesn't really make a big difference. To Windows 10, yeah. So yeah, definitely. I plan on staying on Windows 10 until it isn't supported anymore, because I'm just used to Windows 10. I think they've worked out most of the issues with Windows 11, though. Yeah. That's a good race. HP is pretty good. Yeah, I agree. Mine's a Lenovo. Most people don't think of Lenovo when they think of gaming laptops, but they actually do have a series for that. And from what I understand, they're pretty well respected within the community. I guess Lenovo makes pretty reliable laptops. That was a good race. How much did my computer cost? So I bought mine during the pandemic when graphics card shortages were the thing, and even the prices of laptops are starting to be affected. Not too much. I bought my laptop for about $1,300, which is pretty good, I would say. It originally, when it went up on Amazon a few months before, it was like $1,100. I should have bought it then, but I was waiting until Christmas to buy it. Actually, I was waiting till Black Friday sales. Yeah, $550 for a 4-core processor, 8 gigs of RAM, and it goes up to like 4.2 gigahertz on the processor is a pretty decent deal for that price. Actually, I would disagree with you. I think the cheaper Lenovo's are actually regarded as pretty decent. If you get cheap enough, like you get the really cheap Lenovo Chromebooks, they're going to be just as bad as any other brand of cheap Chromebook. But like Lenovo's IdeaPad and I forget the other cheaper laptops they make are actually regarded as pretty decent for the money. Yeah, I agree with you on the Mac thing. A lot of people think Mac is less confusing. I think it's more confusing. I think it's too simple. Like, there are specific actions that I can't find within Mac that I can do easily in Windows. I think you can go more in depths in Windows. Not a great race, but not awful. Oh, interesting. Interesting, yeah. I guess that is one drawback of Lenovo. They tend to have slightly worse build quality on the exterior for some of their laptops, from what I've heard. I guess it depends on the model you're looking at, too. I mean, yeah, definitely. I think the first thing to break on a lot of old laptops will be exterior things, like the keyboard keys will start to come off and the frame will start to come off. I think that's pretty standard for most laptops. I've had Chromebooks. I actually had a Chromebook that was HP that failed on me pretty early, which is strange because normally HP is pretty good. It was a decent race, but yeah, I guess it just depends on the price range and the age. I think the manufacturer is going to matter more when you're talking about like the motherboard and the battery and things like that. And when it comes to those things, I think you really can't beat Mac. Like, MacBooks are legendary for their battery life and things like that. You just can't get that in anywhere else. Okay, gotta go. Alright, well, thanks for popping in. Appreciated you showing up. Have a good evening. Yeah, I'm not going to be live in an hour. I've got a little bit of schoolwork to finish up tonight that I have time to do, but I like to give myself more time than I need. Yeah. Yeah, Macs are really expensive. Like, for the price of a new MacBook, I could buy a crazy Windows computer. Rather than spend $2,000 on a Mac, I could buy like either a $2,000 gaming laptop, or I could build a pretty crazy PC these days for $2,000, which I would never spend that much, but... Yeah, like we have an iPad. It's not one of the new ones. It's a slightly older iPad, but it still has really good battery life, even though it's... I mean, it's not that old of an iPad, but it's also not new. But yeah, they are really expensive. My notifications didn't tell me that I was, yeah. YouTube notifications are a little strange sometimes. There are plenty of times when other YouTubers I'm subscribed to just don't notify me when other people go live or upload a video. Hopefully that's not like a glitch or something, because I know that there are specific content creators that have a problem with that. How is everyone doing today? I can't believe I forgot to ask that again. My day went well. I'm not sure if how many of the people who were at the beginning of the stream are still here. So I guess I'll repeat myself. I had a pretty good day today. I had a test that I studied a lot for, so I'm really tired. My brother and I studied together for a lot of our tests. So we got the same score on the anatomy test a few days ago, and we got the same score on our psychology test, which is really interesting. You also had a good day? Good to hear. It's starting to get colder out. It's only September, but I mean, it's not curb. I can't. Yeah, hang on. When I try to talk when I race, I read what I'm typing. I'm just gonna reload that race. That was bad. But what was I gonna even say? Oh yeah, it's getting colder outside. It's not cold yet, but it's getting like it dropped from the 80s and 90s. Now it's in the 70s and 60s, which is nice. You have auditions tomorrow. Oh, good luck. What are the auditions for? Oh, I should probably put my computer in performance mode. It's in quiet mode right now. There we go. I mean, I don't really think it needs it, but I like giving the processor a little bit of headroom. Honors Orchestra. Oh, good luck with that. Sounds like fun. I'm not in chorus. If I had room in my schedule, I probably would be, but there's other classes I try to get done first. So I'm only going to be live for about 50-ish minutes today. I've got some stuff I gotta do. Oh, you do choir and orchestra. Oh, nice. Yeah, our school doesn't even do orchestra. I would be in chorus and band. Well, I'm in band, but I don't go to the class. I'm in independent study band, so basically I get the music from the director, but I don't go to the class. So I'm in band. I can still get graded for things, but I just don't have to. It doesn't take up a slot on my schedule. And then we don't have orchestra. We do have chorus, but I'm not in chorus just because I don't have room in my schedule. Again, I would be if I could, but it's kind of one of the disadvantages of going to a smaller school. We don't have that many options, but it's okay. I think there are other advantages. Your brother does saxophone. Ooh, that's fun. Always thought the saxophone was a cool instrument. I play the trumpet. I do like it a lot. Just I think it's a nice balance between like a practical instrument, but it's still nice and fun. You have a friend that plays the trumpet. Nice, nice. See, they chose the correct instrument. No, I'm just kidding. I support all instruments. The problem with the trumpet is that whenever you march with it, it's kind of a lighter weight instrument, so any sort of bouncing and jostling that you give to the trumpet, it will cause it to shake. And I haven't figured out how to get it to not shake a little bit. So there's always a little bit of unintended vibrato when I march. It's been getting better though. Again, going to a small school, we don't march that much, so I don't get a lot of practice. And whenever we do march, we typically either do parades in the dead of summer when it's really hot, or we do like a Christmas parade where it's really cold. Because I live in a climate where we do get all 4 seasons. It's really hot in the summers, it's really cold in the winters. So it kind of makes a lot of like sports and activities more difficult, but it's not the end of the world. My mom's... I always debate whether I should be reading messages from their perspective or my perspective. Okay, so Asteria says that her mom says it was weird because already planning a Halloween costume back in March. You know, to be honest, in all honesty, I already start planning for holidays like months beforehand. I don't think that's weird. I normally don't really do anything for Halloween. That's just kind of like a day for me to just kind of chill. If it's not on a school day then, which it almost always is, I think. Actually, is Halloween always on a school day? I don't know these things. But like for Christmas, I'll already be planning like research for Christmas gifts and things for both myself and others as soon as Christmas is over. I don't know. I tend to be a bit more of a calculating person, so I like to have plans established. So I don't think that's weird at all. Yeah. But I do need to figure out whether I should be reading messages in second person or first person or third person. I don't know. Make sure you know the total cost of your costume down to the T. To be honest, I think that's smart. People like to criticize others for like planning things like that and being really highly specific, but I think that's a good thing to do. I think it's a good habit to get into. Again, I don't really do much for Halloween, but if I did, I imagine I would be super strict on how much everything's gonna cost, and you know, Halloween's a fun holiday. I wouldn't really personally spend a lot of money on it, but that's kind of the nice thing about costumes. I don't imagine you really need to spend a ton of money to get like a good looking costume, assuming that you can apply some creativity to the process. It was a good race. You know, for not racing a lot recently, I'm doing pretty well today. I was not expecting to type super fast, but I mean, averaging in the mid 150s is probably where I should be averaging. But I don't get to race every day anymore with kind of an interesting contrast between my schedule this year and last. Oh, my water just fell over. Okay. Okay, so there's kind of an interesting contrast between my schedule this year and last year. Last year I really didn't have a lot of like take-home homework. It was mostly like in-class stuff, and we'd always either get it done in class when the teacher gave us time, or there's study hall. And this year it's just like a freight train. Like, I've got all sorts of stuff to do, and it's not like difficult to study and things. Most of what I have to do after school is studying, but it just takes time. You know, doing a worksheet doesn't take that long, but studying for a test takes a lot longer. My friend says if I can get small knickknacks, they will make a little jars for elf costume. Sure, on my end too. Yeah, there's definitely a big difference for me between sophomore and junior year. But it makes sense. To be honest, I feel like junior year of high school was arguably one of the more important, if not the most important years in high school. Because that's the year to get all your required classes out of the way that you haven't done yet. That's the year to really start looking into colleges. I think that's the year when colleges really start to care about like grades and things. I know they care all years of high school, but specifically junior year is where they start taking it really seriously. And the SAT is that year. At least for my school, it's junior year. I know some schools wait for senior year and some schools do it earlier if you want to. I guess you can technically take the SAT more than once if you wanted to, but I don't know why you would want to unless you wanted to try to do better. It was a good race. I'll probably stream for 15-ish more minutes. Maybe not quite. No, I think I can do 15. 15 more. Gotta finish up an assignment for US history, and then... What's the other thing I have to do? Oh, yeah. I've got an application to fill out for NHS, because they want to know all sorts of information, which is, I guess, a good thing, but it means that it takes a long time to fill out the form. At least my school. I don't know about other schools. It might be pretty easy for others. Not a good race. Let's see. I should make a poll. I feel like that'd be a good thing to do. What should my poll be about this time? Let's see. Oh, I've got a good idea for a poll. How long have you been in school for? Alright, how long has everyone been in school for? For the current school year. Let's see, we started on the 16th of August, so it's been like, I think we're on our 3 weeks now? Are we on 3 weeks now? I think we're on 3 weeks now. Our first week of school is always a half week. You're annoying Alice Wonder. Nice. That was a good race. Oh, you're annoying Alice Wonder's ex. Okay, I thought you were annoying Alice Wonder. I'm like, well, why would you do that? That's not very nice. I have a funny story. So, my school pushed the schedule back 10 minutes because our local bridge is closed, so the buses have to take longer to get there. And this will be in place for a few months. I'll finish the story after this race. I can't type and talk at the same time. But anyways, the bridge is closed and it's causing the buses to be a little bit later than normal, which is fine. You know, we can adjust. So our school has decided to push the school schedule 10 minutes back, and then study hall will just be 10 minutes shorter. So we get out at the same time. But my friend was not aware of this change because he doesn't pay attention during the morning announcements. And so we get to school and he texts me. He's like, "Why is the parking lot empty? Where is everyone?" And he wasn't there yesterday, so he didn't know that there wasn't that there was a school schedule change. So he's super confused. We get there, we explain it to him, and I have to say, sometimes my friend can be just kind of dumb, but like not in the traditional sense. But he was so confused, and he didn't believe me at first. I told him that they pushed the schedule back, and this was the first he was hearing of it, even though they had announced it several times. Welcome, Typeforge. You're homeschooled. You don't start school till Monday next week. Nice. To be honest, if we could start school the first day of August and get out like the 1st of May, or maybe like the first week of May, that'd be awesome. I'd much rather have May than wait till June. I know a lot of school for a lot of people that I talk to online doesn't start till like September, like middle of September, and they get out middle of like June. Maybe even some people get out early July. I don't know. I would much rather start school earlier and just get it done with. I guess if they were to do that, though, then that means our second semester wouldn't start in the new year like it normally does. It'd start like in December, and then we'd be on Christmas break. That would be weird. I don't know how that would work, unless they were to make it to where one semester is actually shorter than 9 weeks. 41 days till you're closer to death. What do you mean by that? Now I'm concerned. Don't need any of my fans dying on me. That'd be bad. Oh, birthdays. Okay, I wasn't 100. I mean, technically every day you're a little closer to death. I don't have to wait till your birthday. I mean, to be honest, our measure of the year isn't totally accurate either. So if you think about it, the older you get, the less accurate your birthday really is. Like, I'm 17, turning 18 in May of 2024, and by the time I turn 18, May 25th will not be the same astronomical time as May 25th was when I was born. Because even though we have leap years, it still doesn't account for some differences. Ah, yes. We're getting deep in thought on a Nitro type stream. But, you know, it is the truth. By the time you're like 80, your birthday will be completely inaccurate, probably. I mean, not completely. It'll be off by like a few hours. Maybe even more than that. I don't know. I'd have to do the math. Or look it up. Let's see. Let's read the poll. Okay, so 50%, there's been 2 votes. So one person, it's in their first week of school, and one person's been a month or more. You get out in July and start back up in September. What day in September? Because July, that's crazy. And actually, a better question, when in July and when in September? Because that can make a big difference. Like, if you get out the end of July and you start the beginning of September, that's horrible. But if you start, like, if you get out first day of July and don't start till the end of September, then I guess that's not so bad. It's been one heck of a month, agreed. Yeah. I think that's always the case with most school years, though. The first month is kind of hectic. Yeah, the first week of my school year was really crazy because I had scheduling issues and they kept like putting me in classes that I didn't sign up for, and I had to go and get that fixed, which was, you know, fine. The counselor's a nice lady and she helped a lot. And then I found out that my Spanish curriculum last year was really bad because we couldn't find a teacher. So none of us learned adequate Spanish in Spanish 2. So I was in Spanish 3 and realized I know nothing about Spanish. Well, I know stuff about Spanish, but not enough to start Spanish 3. So I dropped out of Spanish 3. I signed up for a different class, and now I get to learn Spanish in my free time so that I can actually take it next year. It's crazy, but now that I'm kind of settling into the swing of things. 1st of July is when you get out, okay. Oh, it moves around, yeah, that makes sense. Usually the first Tuesday of September is coming Monday. Okay, that's not terrible. It's a little shorter than my summer break, but not by much. Generally speaking, my school tends to be pretty generous with their breaks. You get a 60-day break. I think mine's more than that, but I can't be sure. Let's see. If you get out like end of May, like 25th of May. Generally, I get around on my birthday, which is really cool. Like the last day of school is just a few days before my birthday. So get like a week in May, maybe not even a week sometimes. I guess it's about a week. We'll call it a week in May. And then all of June, all of July, and like half of August. So 3 weeks plus those 60 days. Yeah, I get like 80 days off summer break. And then for Thanksgiving break, we get a week. Not like a full 7 days, but we get 5 days. And because I scored high enough on my PSAT, I actually earned like a me day. So I'll probably take that and get an extra day out of Thanksgiving break. And then Christmas break is generally 2 to 2.5 weeks. I think it's gonna be closer to 2 this year, but last year it was 3. It was almost 3. It wasn't quite 3. It was like 19 days, I think, so not quite 21 days, but it was pretty close. And then spring break, we normally get like 10 days off. We get, including weekends, not school days. We get like a full week of school off plus part of a week off. All right, well, thanks for popping in, Typeforge. Good to have you here. 1 to 104 days. That'd be nice. Actually, I have an idea for another poll. Let me end this one. Still 2 votes. Okay. Let's do one more poll. This is a school system that I see a lot more people implementing. Where would you rather have like the traditional school year, right? Where you get like a few months off at summer, 2 weeks off at Christmas, a week off at Thanksgiving, stuff like that, and like a week off for Easter. Or what some schools are doing where it's like a month or 2 and then you'll do like 2 or 3 weeks off and then you'll do another month or 2 and 2 or 3 weeks off. I personally think I'd much rather have like the long break during summer. I know it's not as good for like remembering stuff, but I'd rather have the few weeks or the few months off. See, I'll probably do 2 more races this stream. Looks like one person wants a full summer break, one person wants a 2-week break every month or 2. Actually, I don't know. I don't know if they do it every month. I don't think they would. That'd be a lot of breaks. Like every 2 months or something, there's like a week or 2 off. I don't know. I guess it depends on whether you want the long break or whether you're fine with shorter breaks that are more often. Up. Very nice. Okay. This will be the last race of the stream. Lag. Oh, is my brother uploading something? Probably. Yeah, that's probably the case. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, this will be the last race of the stream. Yeah, I think it was just that. Okay. Let me invite some people. Ooh, Nate's online. We can invite him to the race. Let's see if he wants to join. If he's on Nitro Type, he's probably busy doing something. Generally, the larger Nitro Type YouTubers, when they're online, they're either making a video or they're just trying to get races in. Yeah, we'll see who joins. If anyone. I invited almost 30 people, so if we can get 10% of them to show up to fill those 3 slots, that'd be awesome. Hello. I don't think anyone's gonna join, which is sad. Oh well. We'll go. decent race. A little slower than I'd like, but not too bad. Alrighty. Actually, let's see if anyone joined this race. No, nobody did. Okay. Ooh, what updated in the shop? Oh, I already got that. Yeah, I know. I've already got these. I'm just curious to see what the descriptions are. I guess I'll claim my mystery box. I haven't done that yet. It's honestly a good thing to do. I can't imagine. I'm probably got several million for my mystery box total over the years. Actually, we could do the math. It's pretty much every time I race for that day, I'll get my mystery box. So, let's see if I pull up a calculator. Hang on, it doesn't want to move. There we go. Okay, so just assuming the base, I get 7,500 from a mystery box every day, and say I get it 300 out of 365 days a year. That's $2 million a year just from that. That's not too bad. Now, if we multiply that by 5.5 years, yeah, it's like 12 million. You know, that's, I mean, it's pretty slow gains, but, you know, it's something. Although, I guess there was that period of time where you could really only get XP from mystery boxes, too, so it's not going to be quite 12 million, but it'll probably be like 5 or 6. Which is pretty good. Let's see, I guess I don't need my camera on my keyboard anymore. I can put it up on my face. I need to install my Streamlight. I have it. I just need to get a stand for it. Let's see what I'm at for subscribers. 652. I gained one. That's nice. So I got like a spot on my head on the camera. What's that from? I'm not sure. Interesting. Alright, well, I'm gonna end the stream. I've got some stuff to do. So. Not that many people today, but that's to be expected. I haven't been uploading a lot recently, just with schoolwork and stuff, but you all know the drill. That's just kind of how it works during the school year. But yeah, thank you all for watching. I do hope you all enjoyed. If you did, it'd be great if you could like and subscribe. It does help a lot with the channel. If you're watching this on Rewind, hello to all those watching on Rewind. I know people like to do that. I do that as well. I rewatch old Nitro type streams all the time when I'm racing. So yeah, if you're rewatching this, then have a fantastic day. And yeah, I guess I'll see you all in the next one.